Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. We are still here in the Mary Swan, where these old soldiers have been reminiscing and reminiscing and sending me on errands as they continue to do more reminiscing. What do you say about that, here, Louine?
Greetings, friend.
More so than you have done just now. You need to bring that battle standard here and show them to paint a clearer picture. Took it as a trophy, did you not? Oh, okay. We'll see. What do you say about the battle standard?
Come, my friends, come!
By the seven-pointed star I did, and left there in Minas Tirith within the houses of lore. Ah, to hold that fell thing in my hands again. Hey, my friend, I have asked much of you. Yes, you have. But would you do one more good turn for old Furlong? Would you go up to the fifth circle and fetch my trophy for me? I think you will find it in the houses of lore somewhere. Find an old battle standard trophy in the houses of lore. I have found the houses of lore, and I have met Ithranil, the warden of the house, and actually that's the last warden that I needed to meet. Alright, that's good, but what I really need to do is to find the proper location of the banner that I'm seeking. Now, I seem to be at a weird place, so maybe it's upstairs? Well, actually, I don't know if that ring that I saw was supposed to be that, or, well, I certainly miscalculated that. Ah, the quest ring is down here by this man right here. Hello there.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
Pardon me for the intrusion, Warden, but there is a matter I would like to discuss with you. It is one I would prefer to keep quiet, if that's possible. A few days ago, a warrior returned from the Pelennor with a peculiar scroll. He claimed to have wrested it from a fallen Haradrim sorcerer and sought to have it displayed amongst the many trophies of battle in the houses of lore. We honored his request, but so strange was the text is that I endeavored to translate and study it in my own time. I was able to describe it, but this very morning the scroll was taken from its resting place above. I hurried to cover the theft and stored the transcript in its place, but it will not be long before the loss is noticed by those who are more discerning eye. I would have it returned, and I care not to see the thief punished. My only concern is that of the scroll. I have little advice to offer other than to begin searching for the trophy collection. If nothing is there, return with my transcript and we can discuss a new course. Alright, search for the collection of enemy trophies for signs of the. Well, and that banner I'm looking for should also be with the trophy cache, right? So perhaps it is fortuitous that I spoke with him, because there should be a trophy cache somewhere, right? Perhaps it's behind this door, or behind this door. Hmm. Hey, anyone see a trophy cache? Really? So far, nothing, but I'm sure there are other spots to look, right? How do I tell when we hit a trophy cache anyway? Just wondering. Hmm. Now this looks like a trophy room. Yeah, definitely a trophy room. Treasure chest. Aside from the scroll's known theft, nothing else appears to be out of place. Alright. Scrawled transcript. The transcript is written in a strange, unfamiliar tongue. Alright. And, oh. Hey. Quite a banner. I didn't find the original here. All I have is this banner I was told to collect from Furlong, and I also have the transcript here.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
I don't know about that banner, but everything else is as I expected. If the scroll was all they wanted, then what is their aim? There are many collectors of queer trinkets in Minas Tirith and the lands beyond, but with war come to our gates, I doubt many have worried themselves with obtaining new artifacts and curiosities. I transcribed the text as neatly as I might, though I don't understand the very words I wrote. I thought to take it to the archives to translate, but I don't wish to leave our collections unattended until this is resolved. You are a friend of Mithrandir, are you not? He knows much of the old and strange languages, and perhaps he might be able to aid us. And take my transcript to him and see what he makes of it. All right, I will do what I can. Maybe some instructions on how to confuse us by stealing scrolls and the like. Hello there, Mithrandir. We seem to have a little bit of a mystery that maybe will resolve around a simple translation of the scroll. A simple translation? Certainly, Miner could have all the resources that he requires, and within the city at that. I have translated the words on the scroll, but I will not speak them. The language is old, older than most, and it tells of a nameless things torn from their depths and bound to Sauron's will. I shall say no more of it. This is a tool of the enemy, and no good can come from speaking these words. If ever you have doubted my words or judgment, trust me now. I advise you to burn this at once before any ill fate can befall you or Mariner that you spoke of. You may tell him that it contains something of fell design, but do not speak more of it, even if pressed. I don't wish to worry his fellows on the eve of war. Of such things can turn the tide of battle before it even begins. Ooh, well, something tells me that Mynir is not going to be happy about that. Mithrandir has of the opinion that you should burn the scroll.
Is this your first time in Minas Tirith? Shame you couldn't see it in better days.
Can such things be? Some foul sorcery bestowed upon a mere scroll? I'm relieved that I didn't attempt to speak it. I urge you to do as Mithrandir asked, my friend. Here, burn it in this fireplace beside me. Well, I'm surprised that he decided to go with that. Now, of course, we do have the problem with the original.
We can only hope that the Rohirrim will arrive before it's too late.
Although part of me still yearns for the knowledge that we have lost, I'm glad to see that the enemy's words turn to ashes. If our thief seeks to speak it, there is only one place he might learn of or study of such a language: the old archives. I know of an archivist, Gudil, who is unfailing in his vigilance and dedication to maintaining our old texts. If you were to speak to him, he might be able to tell you of unfamiliar faces that have come to the archives this day. It is the best chance that we have to track down the scroll before the hour is too late. Go to the archives with haste, Pineleaf. I fear that what power the scroll may restrain if even Mithrandir would not speak of it. Yes, there is that. There is that. Well, let's go and find out. Ah, But it looks like Guido is at hand. Hi there.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
Can you not see that I'm busy? Ah, I'm sorry, Warden. There have been many folk about the archives today, and it's a great challenge to maintain order with so many things out of place. Hmm. Ah, Mynheer. He's a good fellow, if a bit overbearing. As I said, several people have passed through the archives today, some studying the lines of the kings, and others of the Great Plague. Allow me to think for a moment. The Great Plague and the line of the kings? Oh, the line of the kings. Well, that's going to be a real pain, considering what Mithrandir and I found out about that
When
earlier.
the time comes to fight, we'll be ready.
Ah, yes, there was one man interested in our gathered knowledge of languages. He was holding a scroll, but I thought nothing of it at the time, as most who come through here are studying one thing or another. I don't wish to appear rude, but he seemed to be a lot bit of a haggard fellow. Hmm. So, haggard fellow. Yeah, it sounds like the guy who might have stolen something from the houses of lore then. Yes, I take it back, Pineleaf. Rude or not, he had the look of a thief, and that is why I have kept such a close eye on the entrance since he arrived. I can show you the way to our collection of works on the languages of men, but I leave it to you to deal with him. All right. Well, then let's go and find out what's going on. With the aid of Mithradil and Gudil, you have tracked the scroll thief to the old archives. If he cannot be reached before unleashing the fell magics bound in the scroll through the enemy sorcery, Minas Tirith may be undone from within. Well, that would be a problem, right?
We can only hope that the Rohirrim will arrive before it's too late.
We're nearing the proper section, Pineleaf. It is just ahead, up the stairs and to the left. It is there that we have catalogued our extensive, albeit woefully incomplete, knowledge of the various languages of Gondor, Rhûn, Harad, and beyond. If the scholars of Minas Tirith have what this scroll thief seeks, it must be among the text stored there. You may proceed at your own discretion, but I urge you to be swift. I will remain here and ensure that no one makes for the door. Alright then. It's up there and to the up the stairs and to the left. Oh yes. These are the stairs and then turn left afterwards. Okay. Oh, this sounds like the guy I'm looking for. You have found a man surrounded by scrolls and barricaded. What do you want with me? Away with you, Warden! Of course, to be someone from the withered tree. You're here for the scroll, aren't you? The scroll is of no use to me, but the words. The words can unmake the steward!
Every minute feels like hours. We can only prepare so much.
Don't you see that the scroll is the tool of the enemy? The words of yet another dog, happy to feast on scraps at the feet of the steward. The key enemy shall claim all soon enough. Better we position ourselves to be spared his full wrath. The steward is powerless, and his mind betrays him. If he would treat his own son so shamefully, then how lowly are we to him? No, I cannot surrender now. The steward must be slain. Your words are wasted on me. The withered tree shall see the steward brought to heel. Ishi Shava Hruga! Shak! Can I stop him? Balak Karani! I'll be speaking this wrong. What's this? What's happening? Of course, the Rogmul. Patmak Kualala! Oh, Level 103 elite? Oh, good grief. Actually, he's rather squishy for 103 really. The Rogmu wriggles and disappears in the darkness of the old archives. Well, yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
We won't let our city fall.
It sounds like he can still speak. Nobor's body lies motionless on the floor of the old archives. Apparently, those were his last words. His face is frozen in horror. His body bears no wounds, but all life is gone from him. The scroll's origin may or may not have been unknown to Nobor, but it's clear that the power it contained was beyond his imagining to control. Mithridir's warning was not misplaced, but must be told of what has occurred. Well, there is that. That was most definitely the thief. Unfortunately, he spoke the words and it resulted in his death.
When the time comes to fight, we'll be ready.
Yeah, I did hear a great calamity in the back of the archives. But you have dealt with the thief? A spirit. In the old archives. Nonsense. If you happen to use too much force or slew that thief, I will not speak against you. You have my word. Nevertheless, I am glad this matter has been resolved, even at such a cost. Fine, fine, fine. I'm sure Mithridir will be interested in this spirit. I found the thief.
We can only hope that the Rohirrim will arrive before it's too late.
I'm glad you arrived here. I suppose it resolves itself then. I'm sorry to have taken so much of your time. You have my thanks for seeking the scroll, even if it came to naught. All I would ask of you now is to return to Mithrandir and tell him what we need not that we need not worry any longer. Well, I'm sure he'll be worried anyway. Yes, the scroll very definitely was dangerous, especially to the person who reads it. I am gladdened that you were able to destroy both the original and the transcript of the scroll, but the skill to summon a creature as foul as a Rogmul by words alone is outside the power of most men. It's likely that one of the Nazgul has a hand in devising this plan, and judging by the chosen language, I believe it to be the High Sorcerer of Harad, a man long succumbed to his master's will. Unknowingly, the warrior who brought it to the city only worked to lay the foundation for the enemy's ruinous plans. You did well to banish the Rogmul, but I fear that it is not the last we shall see of it. I shall not be long before I call upon you once again, Pineleaf. Let's be prepared for the coming of the enemy. Yes. Probably summoning me to tell me to head out and find the writers of Rohan. Now, I need to find Forlong again, because I have run many a furlong to do this errand for Forlong. I presume that this is the banner you spoke of?
What say you, my friends?
Why, yes, that is it. And it is just as I remembered it. You see, Hirluin and Thorgrim stood about as far as there, back to back, their swords flashing. I had made a great rush, my axe hewing all in the path, for I had seen the sorcerer across the room before the worksome foul spell. Alas, a tall half-troll stood barring my way. Not for long. I took my axe like all the rest, though it struck at him, and I could not quickly draw it out. So, thinking on my toes, I wrenched the standard from its place and struck the cruel spellweaver down where he stood. Oh, use the banner as a staff against the spellcaster. I guess that's good.
Were those horns do the horns sound?
You should pen a song yourself, Forlong. You do a fine job in singing your own praises.
Come, my friends, come, come.
Even the sharp whip and sharper tongue, old friend. To my mind, you are too modest and never boasting for yourself. I will right both flaws and boast for you. Yes, did you know that once Hirluin held at bay 3 dozen corsairs merely by throwing knives? We were surprised and found ourselves in an Umbar tavern, weaponless but backs against the stores of cutlery. He grabbed handfuls, and like rain they flew. Why, if you gather the knives at these tables here, I feel sure that Herluin could still show you how it was done. You could show us how you did it, Herluin. Oh, come, you must. You must. Will he be able to provide us with a fine show of cutlery? We'll find that out in the next episode of the Complete Pineleaf.